Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on the utmost worst types of exercises to perform on your journey to lose excess weight. What are they, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. The utmost worst types of exercises to perform on your journey to lose excess weight encompass vigorous exercises such as running, riding a bike at a fast velocity, and of course, skipping. You also should desist, abstain, and refrain from playing hockey and soccer. When you engage in vigorous exercises, you render yourself all the more prone, all the more susceptible, all the more vulnerable, all the more poised, all the more primed, all the more apt to succumb to respiratory distress, acute inflammation, and of course injuries. You also render yourself more prone to succumb to breathing difficulties, wheezing, swelling, aches, and other unpleasantries, to say the least. The reason as to why it is ill-advised to perform vigorous exercises is attributed to the fact that it renders you at a much higher probability of succumbing to an injury. It also renders you all the more apt to succumb into debilitating lethargy. When people engage in vigorous exercises, when they play fast-paced sports, they're not only all the more prone to succumbing to an injury and succumbing to respiratory distress, but they're also all the more prone to succumb into acute inflammation. When you engage in vigorous exercises, it may be conducive to allowing you to burn more calories, but it comes at a steep, staggering, exorbitant, hefty, lofty cost. And the risks, the costs associated with engaging in vigorous exercises preponderantly outweigh any health benefits that can be derived from them. It is preferable to engage in moderate exercises in lieu of vigorous exercises. You do not need to play fast-paced sports. You do not need to engage in vigorous activities. Vigorous exercises will deplete your stamina. They will render you exhausted. And they will inflame your vessel. And if you're already overweight or obese, the inflammation is all the more acute and all the more searing when you're engaging in vigorous exercises for a prolonged period of time. You never want to succumb to shortness of breath, nor wheezing, nor respiratory distress. You never want to succumb to insufferable pain, nor acute inflammation. You never want to succumb to injuries, nor bone fractures, nor swelling. There are so many risks associated with engaging in vigorous exercises They also deplete your stamina, and they render you exhausted, debilitated, lethargic, and it's going to be all the more difficult to function optimally post engaging in vigorous exercises just because they are so much of a strain to engage in. People have a proclivity to overly exert themselves when they engage in vigorous exercises. If you are obese or overweight, then engaging in vigorous exercises is going to put an additional strain on your joints, bones, and organs. So, the risks appertaining to engaging in vigorous exercises are steep, and the benefits of being able to lose more calories relative to engaging in moderate exercises are not enticing enough to vindicate, to warrant, to merit engaging in vigorous exercises over moderate exercises. Engaging in moderate exercises bears negligible infinitesimal risks, whereas engaging in vigorous exercises yields high risks. You do not want to succumb to injuries, nor acute inflammation, nor respiratory distress, nor other undesirable outcomes. I hope that you deem this video to be insightful and enthralling. Once again, to recapitulate, the utmost worst types of exercises to perform on your journey to lose excess weight encompass vigorous exercises such as running, riding a bike at a fast velocity, and of course skipping. There's no need to engage in gymnastics, nor aerobics, nor even play sports such as hockey or soccer. You can play slower paced sports such as doubles tennis, kickball, dodgeball. You do not need to constantly be in motion in every sport that you play. So, they can be exhilarating to play if you play a fast-paced sport. However, playing a fast-paced sport comes at a steep cost, especially when your heart stops, especially when your heart starts palpitating rapidly and you're struggling to breathe properly. You need to incessantly inhale oxygen to keep yourself afloat. And it can be difficult to inhale enough oxygen to be able not succumb to respiratory distress when you are overly exerting yourself as you are playing fast-paced sports. So once again, I hope that you deem this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.